Okay, no more. I am not ready for this book. All right, I'm gonna try my best to read this book. All right. I believe I was on chapter 15, and I believe we finished the sex scene. There's a sex scene in this book. It was awful. Okay, chapter 15. Okay, good, good, good. Welcome. So, let me give you some background on this book. This book, I don't really know what this book is about. I guess it's like the memoirs of a nihilistic asshole. I wouldn't say asshole, but like it's just it's just about a guy who likes this girl and they're together and a lot of bad things happen. And one would think, wow, a lot of bad things happen. Like what? Oh, I'll tell you what. There was a school shooting not that long ago in this book. Like maybe like in the midway through the chapter, midway through the book. Yeah. And it wasn't taken seriously. There are lots of red flags in this book. Um, you would think a lot of bad things happen. Maybe their relationship is in jeopardy and they like each other so much, they love each other that they want to stay together, but in doing so, they may have to make some sacrifices. No, it's not really about that. It kind of just feels like the guy is just perfect and all their problems get solved easily. There really is no plot. There's like dilemmas, but there's no like real plot. Well, so last chapter, I believe they had sex. Like a lot of sex. We were completely naked in bed. Hang on to something. What the fuck? She moaned over and over. Like this is so. She begins gushing and screaming. Mm, I don't. I can't believe this is real. All right, so my stream may lag a lot because, well, I'm not connected to my modem. I'm surprised I'm not crashing. Okay, let's just get into it. Let's find out what goes on in this book. Winter break came to a close. That's a phrase that has been used a lot. I don't know. Abby and I spent our entire vacation exploring everything we desired of each other. We returned to school as happy as we could be. Wow. Okay, so they just had all they do is just have sex, which that's pretty cool, but I don't care about these characters, so it means nothing to me. Hey Naomi, I got your message. I hate. I, all right, so they had sex a lot, I guess. As we walked through the doors hand in hand, a significantly remodeled interior was to greet us. Excited teachers walked around with smiles of satisfaction on their face, no doubt in response to the significant improvements in their own class. Okay, yeah, all right, so they're happy with the improvements. Sir, can you remove all items? A man dressed as a security guard said to me. A man dressed as a security guard. Can you just say, you probably should have said a man dressed as a security guard. Is he like pretending to be a security guard? I don't know. I felt surprised, but that feeling quickly left me when I remember what the president. Okay, so after the school shooting, the president, there's no name, there's no like Bob president, no Jackson, no Emilia, no Jessica, no Jonathan, no name to be a president. No Barack Obama, no nothing. It's just the president. Great book. Moving everything from our pockets, Abby and I were allowed to pass through. Did they collect it back? All right, I'm lagging a lot. Hopefully I don't crash. Oh man, my stream is not doing well. I probably won't stream today. That would suck. Moving everything from pocket. Okay, so yeah. We waited as they searched through our backpacks and shortly after found ourselves partying once more, only this time, despite our bodies being apart, we remained connected. mm, We could feel it. Alright, this is just some like, we love each other so much. Yeah. Making love to oh god. Alright, let me read this shit. Making love to Abby ignited my senses and thought, alright, my stream is lagging a lot and I'm getting pissed off because I don't know, it just makes me mad. Alright. Making love to Abby ignited my senses and thoughts beyond what I knew was possible. What the hell? What, do you have superpowers or something? You have sex and now you have superpowers? We awakened a new plane of existence in ourselves. Oh, what the fuck is this shit? Alright, this is just him trying to be deep. The writer of this book is trying to be deep, and it's just not working. We found ourselves living in a state of mind we hadn't imagined before, discovering what could only be found. Oh, my stream. Oh boy, my stream might crash. Jesus, this is looking really bad. Look, it was like at zero for a long, long time. Oh, look, it's dropping again. Wow, that's insane. This only happens when like more people are in the house. I got your message, Naomi. It's looking good for you though? Okay, okay. Shit, my phone dropped on the floor. Whoops. Whoops. Okay, I have some M&Ms here. I'm gonna eat some. Okay, I'm very sorry. All right, let me continue on. Okay, so we we found ourselves living in a state of mind we hadn't imagined before, discovering what could only be found between people who passionately love each other. Why does why does Abby like James? Like, I could understand why James likes Abby in a weird sense. He just finds her hot. And apparently James is like into like girls who are like so fucked up in the head. I found myself lost in the memory of us together, how she looked at into my eyes, and we repeatedly reached an intense and unforgettable release again and again. There's no point in reading that. I had experienced no one in my life like I had Abby. She said everything as I was thinking. Okay, blah blah blah. Do you get every sad story in my life now lined with silver became a stepping stone on my path to Abby? Okay, well that's a stupid way to see life, but you know, I don't know. I think this could have been written a lot better. It's just he's just trying to tell us how much he loves Abby. Oh, and there goes the. Oh no! Whenever I talk bad about this book, the internet gets bad. I love this book. If I talk good about the book, maybe it'll stay green. I'm gonna try my best not to bitch too much. I mean, I love this book. This book is amazing. Stay green. Stay green. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You see, look, I'm talking good about the book and it stays green. Yeah, this is the best book ever. It's so good. It's so good. Oh, oh God, no, 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 no. When it, oh, God damn it, this internet connection. When it was time to attend my class with Abby, you mean PE, she approached me looking upset. How are you? She replied, there was a substitute in my art class, and Jason groped me. The sub did nothing. Okay, cool. Just what's gonna happen is James gonna beat up what's his name? Jason and the substitute teacher. Yeah, this school is so bad. Ooh, so Jason groped her. All right. Like a furnace igniting me with a plethora full of fuel. I found myself overwhelmed with a feeling of frustration, but I held back. I didn't want to upset Abby. As I gripped my teeth on my breath, I said, "It just had to be the school hero." She asked, "What am I supposed to do?" I responded, oh wait, sorry, yeah, like I'll handle it right for a second. James, he quote me. I'm so hot and emo. My breasts are so big and my ass is so plump. And he quote me. What do I do? Don't worry, Abby. I'll handle it. I'm your hero. Earlier in the story, you said you didn't need no man. No, you need me. See, look. Abby's arms crossed. Now look at me on the floor. I told him to stop again. He seriously is just a jerk. I tried to be optimistic. Alright, it's okay. It's okay, Abby. I'll handle it. Just like I hoped, she smiled back, feeling okay. Let's go play yet another random game in gym. Just alright. Why are you still going why like just have I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. This is stupid. After gym class, I walked alone to Miss Robertson's. Like they're seniors. Aren't they seniors? I don't know. Miss Robertson. Okay. Hello, James. I'm having a problem with Jason. Jason, you mean the nationally recognized hero Jason? You mean the boy whose face was. Oh, yeah, because Jason saved the school. This is a. Look how big this entire paragraph is. That's disgusting. You need to break this shit up. So Jason beat up the school shooter, so he's like a hero, but now he's all like, yeah, I'm feeling up girls now. The boy whose face was recently plastered on the walls in the cafeteria right next to his uncle. He's groping other girls, and I'm pretty sure that's completely against school policy. No. Miss Robertson sat up and placed her arms on her chest. Girls? I didn't want to say Abby because I know she had an issue with her in the past. Okay, cool. Girl. So I responded, girl. One girl complained to me. So she responded, what girl? And I said, what does it matter? He says, because I don't believe anything Abby says. And if it was Abby, I wouldn't feel and they take action. All right, so so this teacher's a bitch. He's trying to make this teacher a bitch, and it's kind of working, but it's so deep into the story, and the pace is such a mess. I feel like this is just too. It's too late to make me feel anything. I sigh deeply, completely fed up with Ms. Robertson's bias against Abby. Well, I tried to handle this administration, and you failed to help. Okay. I said as I turned to leave, Mr. James, the girl is no good. She's damaged goods. She's damaged goods. Oh, how dare you! People like you are the real reason why the school got shut up in the first place. Oh, look how cool he is. This is him breaking out. Yeah, so cool. Demonizing everyone. Who talks like this? De demonizing. What is that even a real word? Oh, my stream is gonna crash if it does. I'm very sorry that my stream is lagging so much. It kind of pisses me off, but I'm gonna try my best. Demonizing everyone. I don't know if that's the correct word to say. Everyone who disagrees with you, treating them like they're a subhuman. I bet Seth had parents just like you, only showing kindness as they say. Oh, look at this. Oh, but excuse me. I'm choking because these words just they pierce my soul, my heart. It bleeds red. But the moment they step outside your oppressive small world, you shut them out and leave them for dead. Well, guess what? We're all our own people. This is so long. So he just bashes her. Alright, and stormed away, completely unwilling to hear another negative word about the girl I love. Your girl's stupid. After school had ended, after school had ended, uh, that hurt my head to read. Abby and I walked towards the buses, hand in hand. En route, I scanned the area for Jason, who usually hung in front of the school. All right, yep. Oh yeah, look at him. They want his photograph and his. There's something here. This this right here. It's bad writing, but it's not like bad plot making. Like this is there's something here. It's just placed in the wrong area and it needs to be written completely different. I think I think he needs to make it short and sweet that he likes a girl, like he likes Abby. And okay, let me get a second. All right, let me go on like a little rant and like if I was making this book, if I was making this book, I would spend like the first chapter just showing that James likes this girl Abby and she is breaking up with Seth because they're 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 just assholes, and then Jason beats them up. There's some tension. Maybe like add another like chapter for world building, like his family and like the school around and all that bullshit. And on chapter 3, immediately do the school shooting with Seth. And don't make James a hero. Make James like in the center of the problem. Make it so that like I don't know, because of the fight afterwards, he has to like come to school to like talk to the teacher, or like not after school, like at the beginning of school, some bullshit reason like that. I don't know, make it like realistic or something. And then Seth comes and shoots up the school, and then I'm not sure how, maybe have James like you don't really see James's father. You could probably use that as like some backstory. Like let's say James got in a car crash with his dad. And he probably could have saved his dad by taking like opening the door, but the fact that he was just so scared, his dad got hit by another. I don't know, like it's weird. Like him, like he saw his dad get hit and hit with. Let me stop for a moment. Let's say James sees his dad get hit by a car. Like he's in a car crash. Like James's dad is in a car and another car crashes him and flips the car over. James tries to save him, but is so scared because his dad is like really hurt and like the blood and like all that shit kind of freaks him out and he wants to save him but he can't and then he gets hit by another car like some Disturbia shit that will give him reason so that when Seth shoots up the school when he sees Abby scared and alone he comes and get her out bam that's how I would write the book. I'm not sure if I'm making any sense but that's how I would write it. And then maybe after a while after everything that's happened they have like some dilemma like that would be a good like hook in a book. There's a book, I forgot what it was called. A guy like tries to save another person off a train set and he saves him but he ends up dying. And the whole story is he's a ghost and he's kind of he's kind of like a failure in life, but when he saves the guy, he's praised. And he dies from like the guy in like the train. He dies from saving the guy in the train, but for some reason, like he's a ghost, and he's just like, wow, I was a loser, but since I saved him, everyone likes me. And then he goes back in real, like he gets like resurrected or something. I don't know how. Like he like it's a long story. It's a really good book. And then he tries to like play it off like, yeah, I'm a hero and everything, but then everyone's just like, all right, you're a hero. Who gives a shit? The whole point is, in the beginning of the book, he saves a guy off a train like in the beginning of the book. That's like a good way to introduce a character that shows that he's brave, but kind of careless. He's not like I don't know, like I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking too much. There's lots of things missing in this book, but there's something here. I'm gonna stop talking. I feel like I'm just tooting my own horn when I'm just saying, "Oh, this is how I write it." I'm not gonna bash on it too much. I'm just I'm not going to say I'm proud of this book, but I am proud that this writer actually wrote something down. He took the time to write something down and he did it. That's more than what I could say because I've only like really finished one, well, actually, like 3 books. I finished like 3 full books. I haven't like published any of them because they're still like in the beta. I have to like still like finish writing them. It's all connected to one story. But you know, like I want to stop talking. You see, I'm tooting my own horn. Let me just read this book. All right. Now quickly walking into Jason, I called out his name. He turned with an idiot. Oh, what's up, second place? Ooh, that's there's something here. I like this. I like this part. This is pretty cool. I was told you called groped a girl today. A girl that already asked you to leave her alone. Haven't you heard? I'm a stud around here. If I want to grab someone, it's going to happen, and they'll like it too. What the Okay, cool. I mean, like that's a like this is just a typical I'm the bad guy. Well, not the bad guy, but I'm the douchebag. I'm a jock. Yeah. I look to his grinning jock friends behind him. I knew exactly what was going on in their minds and how they were aching for me to move so they could see another. Oh yeah, because he got beat up. Running Jason's comment through my head. Oh, that's all I needed to hear. I turned away from him and his friend screamed, "Wuss!" Another and other dog turning behind my back. I wish like you would tell us. But at the same time, I wish you wouldn't so I could just finish this book. I asked Davis to walk Abby home when they got to her stop. Abby looked extremely concerned, but I again managed to control my posture. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Wearing a warm and encouraging smile on my face, I handed her my bag, removing my skates. Oh yeah, I forgot, he doesn't have a skateboard, he has skates. I then kissed her on the forehead and said, "Don't worry, I'll be right behind you." That is, that shit's not real. You don't, that shit's not real. Who, no one does that. That's only shit you see in animes and fake. What's why? Oh my god, you're gonna beat their booty. That's so terrible writing. Oh my god, you're going to beat their booties? I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's stupid. I'm not laughing with the book. I'm laughing at it. You have good ideas. I'm glad you think so, Naomi. I feel bad for everyone named Jason and Abby now. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Oh, look at that. Yeah, look at him. He's gonna fight Jason. Only a couple of feet. I wrapped my shirt around his neck and used his body to. Oh, look at him. I know I had a small amount of time before he recovered, so I rapidly. Okay, so he's just. So I rapidly and without hesitation kicked one of his three jock friends in the balls as hard as I could before they could react to assist Jason. As if it were a well-rehearsed sequence of movie, I twisted to thrust my fist around Jock's throat. This is not this may as well be a movie. This is the movie of James, good lover and perfect person. That's what he is. Now, having successfully completed three moves on three unsuspecting targets, Jason's last friend in the group struck me as I expected, landing a punch on the side of my head. I reacted by spinning as I fell to the ground to deliver a sweeping kick, the fourth and final target. A sweeping kick. When the fuck did he learn how to do this? This one was larger, so I made sure she was. This fight scene is terrible. I turned back to the jock and punched. I had punched the throat. I was unable to talk, sign that he was no interest in violence. Alright, so okay, so blah blah. I only had Jason to deal with. As Jason climbed back on his feet, he said, "How is that fair? You fight like a crazy person." How is that fair? Four jocks against one wuss like me. Oh, look at that. How? Did he full on tackle me? Alright, so he's like talking during this fight. Stupid. This tackle of Seth flashed my mind that I flew. Okay, so blah 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 blah. Okay, we went to the ground. I tightened my abs before impacting top. Okay. Jason jumped. Alright, oh my god, this is dragging out so much. You gotta make the. Alright. There was like only like two real fight scenes and one like beatdown. This second fight scene is worse than the first one. It's just not good. I wouldn't let Jason stand over me. I aggressively returned my feet as with such okay, blah blah. Grabbing the side of Jason's head. Out of confusion, he swung at me, but I quickly jerked on his scout. Okay, simultaneously, I shifted the position of my head so his hand would make contact with the cement pillar behind me. Wow. Like this is like typical anime shit. Like I'm not even like trying to say that like ironically. This is what it is. Distracted by the pain. now engulfing his hand. I shifted my body to the left with all my strength while jabbing his throat repeatedly at the same time. I'm not gonna comment. As he fell to the ground, I leaped onto him using my knees and all my body weight to pin his shoulder down. You used your whole body to land on his shoulder? What? I'm so confused. Like I had seen in school wrestling events, I rapidly lined myself up to evenly distribute my weight. Okay, so let me guess. Like he learned how to fight because he watched other people? He could just watch them? I smirked. That's a sentence. I smirked. I smirked. My goal was about to become a reality. I was going to break his nose so that he would literally see. This is boring. Dude, this is a long chapter. He began to overpower me despite me strategically. Okay, so he's just stronger. Yeah, Jason is just stronger. Okay, so I frantically pinched the tip of his nose with my strongest two fingers, and he turned me over, and I had punched his nose repeatedly until I finally felt a pop. You killed him. You killed Jason. Jason quickly fell to the ground, screaming in agony. His reaction allowed me to stand up just in time for the security guards to reach us. You killed Jason. If you hear a pop, you probably killed him. All the guards could now see there was four jobs, all grabbing different parts of their body parts in pain. Oh yeah, but I somehow slightly smiling. I was surprised I was able to pull off what I had done with such accuracy. This is so unrealistic. Despite me being over 6 feet tall, I remained by far the smallest of the group. Only the immediate witness could believe what they saw. What? Oh, my stream might crash. So he's 6 feet tall. Hello there, Peanut. I hope you're doing well. This is a pain to read. Let me get this straight, Naomi. So he could have beaten up Jason all this time, but in the beginning of the book, he allowed Jason to beat him up. Why? Like, why wouldn't he? Is it because he's in love with Abigail? Ever since he had sex with Abigail, he's super strong and can beat up the five jocks. This is such terrible writing. I'm so confused. I don't get the purpose of this. If they showed him like having training and like working out, then yes, I could see that happening. It would still be unrealistic, but there'll be some background. There's no background to this. This is so bad. Okay, let me stop. Let me stop bitching. Let me continue reading. I hope you're doing well, Peanut. I looked over. How did you finish reading this? How did you finish reading this, Naomi? This is killing me. I looked over to Abby still on the bus, seeing both David staring out a separate window with their jaws completely dropped. Oh, my stream is lagging. I forced myself to smile encouragingly and waved to Abby, and the bus began to pull away. Okay, but I became aware. All right. I really hope my stream doesn't crash right now because I don't want to read this chapter again. All right, Principal Lehman came rushing out screaming, "What the hell just happened?" That's gonna be my new Principal Lehman voice. What the hell just happened? Out of the jocks still struggling to recover, and Principal Lehman without indication. One of the security guards, "I think the smaller one beat up the bigger ones." Where the fuck are you coming from? Just then, a kid ran up to Principal Lehman and says, "You don't need no security footage. That dude beat up all those jocks up." Everyone just says jocks, 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 jocks. Unreal. Jocks is supposed to be used like ironically. He's using it unironically, and it's just. I'm eating M&M's. Give me a second. Okay. Then the security guard talked. "We were told those weren't going to be actual functional until sometime next week." Oh man. Principal Lehman looked at the guy like he just said the dumbest thing he had ever heard. I don't know if that's it. Jason spoke. Now I tried to. You guys don't say squat. Couldn't if I wanted. Whatever just happened with this. It happened to me. Sometimes don't get over it. Oh wait. No, that's Jason talking. Sorry, I thought that was the principal talking. Whatever just happened is my business. Um, and Jason would discuss. You did it right. Well, it's my nose, isn't it, Lehman? It's my goddamn nose. And if you want to cry something about this is unrealistic. The fact that this happened on school property, the principal has to be notified by this. That is like a thing. In fact, even if it happened outside of school property, if it's two students and if it's somewhere near the vicinity, the principal can still be a part of it because it's the kids are going to be in school with each other again. So obviously, like, I don't know, like I think this is just I don't think the reader, not the reader, I don't think the writer knows anything about school like security. I don't think he knows that. All right. I stood in awe just how little Jason cared about his face being smashed up. Principal Lehman turned to me, frustration. All right, so after a few seconds, your ass will be suspended for talking to me like that. Today you get a warning, Jason. Shape up. That heroic stunt you pulled last year only goes so far. As for you, James, if you really did this, you're damn lucky the people who are protecting you. That's not. Listen, I get it. The principal, people like these are human beings. I think they are, but he's still on the clock. The principal wouldn't say that because like that would get him fired. Probably like he'll get like his teaching license removed or something, whatever it is, or whatever it's called. Because you can't just say that shit. You really can't. Oh, I forgot. This is like the worst school in America. I forgot. All of you, get the hell off my campus. As Principal Lehman entered the building, Miss Robertson passed him to go home. All right, okay, so blah 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 blah. Did you really have to bust up my nose like that? Yes, I absolutely had to. You don't grow women, especially not Abby. Oh, Abby. Yeah, no, I was joking around. I replied, well, we're not laughing. I'm sure you'd do worse to me if it was your girlfriend. His smile disappeared, and a serious tone he said, I would murder you. I replied, exactly. Yeah, look, they have so much in common. A scream came from the background. Beat his ass, Jason. Didn't James just beat these guys up because he's so perfect? James is just a badass. Jason was clearly offended by the disrespect to him. None of you touch him. If you have a problem, take it out on the field. This is so dumb. Hey, Miss Rossman, you want a piece of this or you just zone the hell out? Okay, what the fuck? This is so dumb. Jason was acting like an ape to anyone who saw him bleeding. Probably to hilariously attempt saving his face. Benjamin said, listen, I'm sorry about your girlfriend, and I'm sorry to tell you you didn't break my nose. I heard that to myself too many times. Putting both hands in a prayer position on his face, he executed a swift motion to reveal. That's. You can't break what's already broken, dude. This is so bad. So, I don't know. Jason's just a bad motherfucker. Jason's more badass than James. You know what I just realized? I think I think Jason and James are supposed to be one character just because of how badass they are. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Minus the groping girls and the douchebaggery. I don't know. I grabbed my skates I threw down earlier and began heading home. Abby was waiting for me once I got there. She was so happy to see me, but I also wondered, but also worried that I got in trouble. You're not going to jail, right? No. Apparently, when you beat up some jocks, they refuse to admit anything happened at all. Jason even chewed at the principal for asking. Well, I was going to take a bath to drown myself in, but now you're home. You can join me? Sure, of course. Wow. Okay, so after a day of beating up some guys and yelling at the teacher, he gets to have sex and join the bath with her. And listen, I'm going to say something. I'm not a virgin. I That's a good way to start. But I've had sex in the shower with my girl before long ago. It's hard. Like like have like even just being in the shower with one other person is hard. Having sex with them in the shower, that takes skill. Like I'm pretty sure there's porn videos of like there's porn videos. There's porn videos of like guys having sex with girls in the shower. They probably do it for like 12 minutes straight. That shit takes skill. Shower sex is no bueno. I mean, sex is sex. Sex is sex. Oh, look, the coldness of this book is piercing my heart, my black heart. But yeah, if I had the choice, if I had a big shower, I would probably have sex again. But if I had like a normal shower, fuck no. Did I trip and fall and break my neck? Oh, Sal, I love you. Yeah, baby. Oh, whoops. To break my neck. Sal, why are you in a wheelchair? Dude, I was trying to bring my girl in the shower. Whoops. I dropped soap. All right, I'm done. I want to stop talking. I want to stop talking. As I went to see, it's hard, man. It's hard. Maybe I need more practice. Maybe that's why. Oh, Naomi messaged me. XD, that was a good fight scene, not with the Borat picture. You're funny, Naomi. And she wants to know how you're doing, Peanut. As I went to sleep that night, I had conflicting emotions. I've always hated Vince. That's a word I've never heard before. My first-hand experience with Jason proved. Like, if this is a real word, this is a pretty impressive word. But then look at the word before, hated. Then there's like words like jock, the choice of words. Like, I think he's trying to make this book sound professional. It's too late for that. You can't do that. Peanut is doing good, Naomi. All right, but first hand, Jason proved just because. All right, didn't mean they had no honor at all. The weeks passed by like a warm dream, but as summer approached, so did yet to be known sorrow. Many of us like to think we were completely controlled until one day a painful and dark reality pays us all a visit, pulling the veil of lies from our eyes, leaving us shattered and lost. That was a long, long chapter, and I'm so glad it's over. And the pacing of this book is terrible. So it was like last chapter, winter break had just finished. Now it's summer. What the fuck happened to spring? Like spring is just out? Did spring end? Like the hell? Was the fight that long that it passed through with the whole entire season of spring? We were getting by the end of the school year. Winter break just ended. What are you talking about? What? All right, let's just end. Let's just continue this book. Naomi says she's doing great. She got paid. That's great, Naomi. Give me some money. The days drifted by. We were getting to the end of the school year, and today seemed like just another day. My mom was in town and didn't have a job in the area anymore, so she she let me take her car with the impression I was on my way to school. Abby and I picked up David on the way for the third day in a row. Only this time we felt like exploring around the area. All right, where do you want to go, Davis? I want to go to space. Anywhere in the general area. He wanted to go to the local park. Okay, I'm lagging a lot, so I'm very sorry. Give me money. Ma, the money. Give me money. Alright, we ended up going to the park. Okay, but it was such a very sunny day. We drove to the windows down and laughed as we listened to the most absurd music. David did a hilarious impression for each lead singer. Okay, blah blah blah. There's just a game of frisbee. What the fuck? Paperboard sheet is tree. Okay. Legalize drugs. This feels forced. Um, we entertain ourselves with names like Dickwood and Harry Johnson and whatever childish name we could think of. We definitely got a couple of laughs. Oh, my stream might crash. Never mind. No. All right, so they're just having fun. They're kids just being kids. This is a very sad chapter. Oh no. Does Abby die? That would actually be like a pretty cool twist. Abby dies. That would actually make the book interesting. All right, David, I'm gonna throw the school bus. All right, so check his phone. Okay, as we drove to Jason keeps his head out of the window like a dog yapping. That's a pretty good comparison, actually. Till he saw something that caused him to go completely silent. Uh-oh. Abby looked back and followed Davis's line to see what he saw. All right, I mean that's a weird way to say Abby looked at what Davis was seeing. I don't know. That's a weird. So in the car down, I could see what was wrong. I realized tears were filling Abby's eyes. She couldn't handle. What they had both seen was a man who had literally just jumped over a bridge that crossed over the freeway we were about to merge onto. What the fuck? This is so sudden. What? That's so random. All right, so this is interesting. All right, all right, all right. All right, so someone jumped off the building. Is he dead? I mean, I'm assuming he's dead. He jumped off a fucking freeway. Without a second thought, Davis stumbled desperately out of our still-moving cars towards what he perceived a rapidly dying man. Wait. Car to what he perceived as a rapidly dying man. A rapidly dying man. Rapidly. This is not necessary. Rapidly dying. That's not necessary. Oh, what the? Rapidly dying man? Like, are you trying to like insinuate that? Are you trying to like tell us that the man is losing a lot of blood? Not thinking about himself for a second, Davis had somehow made his way to the center of a four-lane freeway and tried to lift. He crossed a freeway? Oh, Davis is gonna die. My heart was pounding to a point where I felt, you know, this is pretty cool. This is actually pretty cool character development for Davis, but I already know what's gonna happen. Davis is gonna die. A car is gonna hit him. Yeah. My heart was pounding to a point where I felt like breathing was difficult. Okay, yeah. I heard him scream to the man, "It'll be okay, mister. I'll." Davis couldn't even finish his sentence. Right here, that's really good. Like, this is really good, like, structure. Davis couldn't even finish his sentence. There we go. You don't need to say that he died. Right there, that just shows, hey, he's in the freeway. He was talking to this guy. There's no reason for him to stop because everything's rushing so fast. Davis couldn't even finish his sentence. Either two things happened. One, Davis died. Or two, the man that he picked up was someone he knew. Or three, the man that he was trying to save just died. There you go. There you go. And he felt disappointed. There you go. I feel like it's gonna be none of those things. But besides someone dying, someone is gonna die because death so dark. Not even the school shooting compared to see my friend obliterated on the highway. Obliterated. His Davis got obliterated. A large van had just swerved to avoid Davis, but somehow was tailgating behind the van. I had no time to. Davis' entire body rose up and spun in the air. His head smacked up against the pavement so hard you could hear the impact over the screeching tires. Oh, Davis died. Poopy poo poop. Let me see. Look. Poop. Look. Wait. Poop. Poop poop. No. Okay. Poo. Poo. Poopy poo poop. Ah, shit. What was that command? I forgot what it was called. Poopy poo poop. I was just overwhelmed to see my friend, my only real friend, torn away from me in an instant. I didn't care if I was going to die too. I rushed up the freeway, grabbing him. Okay. Sarah came to a stop quickly after I pulled Davis off the road. What the hell? Why wasn't traffic stopping before? Like a man fell off the build. A man fell off, not a building. A man fell off a freeway. No car stopped. Davis runs out the freeway. No car stops. Davis gets hit by a car and lands on the freeway. No car stops. James goes out the freeway. Everyone stops. So my God, this is like James is the center of attention. There's no reason why the I don't know. Barely being able to see, my eyes blurred and filled with tears, I looked up at the hanging man Davis tried to save. And even though my distorted vision, I could see his neck was. Wait a minute, was the man being hanged? Was like the man hanged from the freeway, or was he jump down the jump down the freeway? I'm so confused. I'm not gonna read it. I'm not gonna read it again. I was just sobbing. I hated myself for being in Davis's life because I knew if I never even met him, he'd likely still be alive. What the fuck? There's a word for this. That seems like a forced way to use it. If I was never in their life, I they would still be alive. That is somewhat of a stretch. I feel like this is a cheap way to use that like mindset. Is it survivor guilt? Is that what it's called, Naomi? You think? I don't. There's a word for it or a phrase for it. I don't remember what it was. I'm not gonna get into it. So many thoughts rushed to my mind as I helped Davis, who bought it. I don't give a shit about your feelings. I care about you helping Davis. I want to hear more of that. Yeah. All right. His body was limp, his neck further on my shoulder. I feel comfortable. Never mind. Well, I don't know. He was going to change so many lives. He was going to share his happiness and humor with the world. I always thought he was bound for amazing things, and I kept. I'll give you a second. My brother's calling me. Yeah, Mark. Yeah. Give me one moment. I'll finish this book. Excuse me. Yeah, I was. My brother called me. He found a pair of earphones, and he's like, "Yo, you want them?" I'm like, "Nah, you can have them, man." That was pretty cool. He just found earphones. All right then. I always thought he was bound for amazing things. I always thought he was bound for amazing things. This is something that probably should have been mentioned earlier. He could have held it if I had never been born. Oh God, more it's like his friend is dying, and he's still making this. Oh, it's about me. It's about me. How could I not blame myself? It's about me. I had never hated myself more than I did in that moment. It's about me. Abby sat by me, said a rows of people shot along the path ambulances. Alright. I overheard one of the ambulances workers saying the rope the man was hanging by had snapped his neck from the fall and was impacted by a passing truck. Alright. Had Davis successfully gotten him down, there wouldn't have been much of a chance for him to land anyways. Oh, so he was alright, whatever. Abby and I had to endure them telling us David had also died almost instantly when his head smacked against the road. They were telling us we were holding a boy who had passed long before they arrived. I couldn't stop crying no matter how hard I tried. One of my only friends was erased from my life, from the world itself in an instant. This probably could have been written a lot better. Yeah. This is they could have like the writer should have been like they were in complete denial that he had died or something like that because like They were holding his. I don't know. I don't know. I felt like you know what? It's whatever. It's fine. After they took Davis away, I walked back to the car and laid in the back seat. Abby tried to talk to me, but I couldn't say anything. I just cried softly to myself. She got the keys out of my pocket and drove me to Davis's house. Why the fuck? Does she even have a license? Do you even have a license? I envied her in a way for not knowing Davis as long as I did, for not for not able to for not being able to hurt as for not being able to hurt. Every day I was around him, I missed him more than he was gone. He had made me a place in my heart, and now that was let the shadow consume the whole. Okay, this is just bad writing. Not bad writing, but this is just poor. It's poor. It's poor. Abby knew he had to make sure. Abby knew we had to make sure the hospital had called Davis' parents about what happened, but we rented the car. We're so close to the driveway. Couldn't walk to us. All right. She rang the doorbell, and Davis's mom answered. Davis's mom carried a smile for only until she realized both Abby and I were crying. Oh, you see, confrontations like this is what I love to read. I love reading stuff about this, and I love writing this. That's why I love writing my story, because all my story is just a bunch of confrontation. And right now, it's a happy mother who's about to learn that her son had died, which is weird. They probably should have called them already. Like, didn't they get the like? Why didn't the ambulance? I just realized that. Why is there like no cops around to talk? You know what? I'm not gonna even get into it. Like, usually you would not go away after like someone died like that. I don't know. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. Why am I trying to make sense about this book? She asked where Davis was because she knew we picked him up early that day and that we were on the phone. Sorry, in the background. Davis's mom had put everything together in a matter of seconds and began screaming with an intensity I've never heard before. What? Okay, so she's like, "Where's my son?" The phone rang and then she began screaming. What? What did you do? What did you do? Where's Davis? Oh my God, no, don't you do this to me. He loved you. You do this to me. What the fuck? All right, that's a bit of that's bad writing. You know, that's just him. I don't know. What the same images? Okay, if I powerless, had Abby not been there, I would have never home tonight. She was all I had left. Give me 1 second. I'm on chapter 17. There's 15 pages left. How many chapters are there? Let me see how many chapters are there. There's okay. Let me read this chapter, and I'm probably gonna end the stream. Maybe, because it depending on how far how long it goes. I don't know. Let me try to finish this book. Davis's funeral came too quickly. I couldn't even. Oh, sorry. There we go. Davis's computer came too quickly. I couldn't even imagine saying goodbye. Sometimes I feel like it would have been so much easier. Okay, I'm sad. Blah 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 blah. Let's see how like everyone looks at him because kind of I would have been. You know what? Give me a second. I need to get something to drink. This is ridiculous. I need some. back. I got some goldfish and some M&Ms. Chomp chomp. Okay, I didn't want to say anything at his funeral. I could barely even imagine. So even managed to sit back with Abby and my mom. Every other word spoken. All right, so he hates himself. Yeah, you're the reason why. I don't know. Let me stop talking. We need to fix that door. Listening to them talk about the amazing person I already knew to him be alright. I just wanted to lose consciousness so that I would have to blah 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 blah. So he just like, dude, I feel disgrace. Yeah. It was time for his mother to give a speech. I couldn't bear what I was about to hear, but you can't deafen your ears as simply as you can close your eyes. And even if I could, I was more than willing to hear her curse me. He's like, I need to be cursed at. I need to be cursed at because I'm the reason why your son is dead, even though he was a fucking moron. I, I deserve to know how much Davis's mom hated me. That word has been using hated has been used so many times. It was only right that I would be reminded. Okay, so yeah. She approached the podium. All right, Davis's mom began to speak. My son was the brightest light in my life. From the moment he was born, I could see happiness in his eyes. He always loved putting a positive spin on almost everything around him. Oh, my stream is lagging. But despite his regular upbeat attitude, she paused, looking at the far wall behind us, collecting herself. We didn't spend as much time as we'd liked, if I'm going to be honest. I assumed, like many parents, that I would never see my child pass before I did. She paused again, looking down with her hands firmly clasping the podium. His father and I worked a lot, a ridiculous amount really, but we were able to create a comfortable life for Davis. We would have dinners every night together, and we would talk about everything that was going on at school to return. Alright, so blah blah. A lot of people will sugarcoat what person they are. Alright, blah 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 blah. Alright, so blah blah blah. He was an angel. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah. Okay. Should continue. When I was able to spend quality time with my son, I should probably feel bad, but like I don't care about this because I don't know the mothers. The book we're already too deep in the book, and this is not a good way to introduce someone. It really isn't. Well, I wouldn't say it's a bad way. I just think the way that he's doing it sucks. All right. When I was able to spend quality time with my son, he often spoke of his friend James. No way, there's no way Davis's funeral is still going to center around James. There's no fucking way. There's no way the writer would be this low. I'm too scared to look at the. I'm looking at the floor right now. I'm starting to see a pattern. James, as some of you know, was there when Davis passed. He would always say how much he liked James. Oh yeah, because Davis was gay for James. He was like so jealous. Why are you dating Abby? I'm gay for you. I suck your dick. Okay, my stream is lagging a lot. It might crash. And if it does crash, I will end the stream right here. So he likes James. How much he said about being James made him feel like he was cool. Alright, and part of something important. I sat there crying. Listening to her not curse me as I suspected, but possibly even worse, made me hate myself by revealing how much faith David had in me. Uh-oh, and the stream is like about to crash. Alright, if the stream does crash, I'm very sorry. I'm gonna give it like a minute. Alright, it's not gonna crash yet. Sorry if you could hear me eating food loudly. The weight I felt on my shoulder increased, knowing how much he counted on me. And where was I? You were out eating out, Abby. I flashed back. I flashed back in my mind to the freeway. That you could use that as a verb. All right, the stream might crash. The internet is getting really bad. Maybe I should just actually end the stream right here because it's really bad right now. Okay, now it's really good. You could use flashback. I flashed back. Okay. We tried, but we were scared. See that man hanging there? It was like something you would see on a TV, a scene straight from a third world country. We weren't ready for it, but David just ran without thinking it. Alright, so blah 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 blah. Alright. It was already too late, all because alright, so this is just like like it's just boo-hoo, you're sad, but it's just it means nothing. It means nothing. You're trying to get a reaction out of me, and I got yep, okay. You got a reaction out of me. I hate this book. I looked to see Davis's mom continuing to struggle. I know James is angry at himself for what happened. I screamed at him when he showed up my doorstep crying. Knowing Davis was with him, I had held responsible. Oh my God, dude, this. Why would you say this at a funeral? So shaken and grief-stricken. Uh, Abby leaned to me and said, "I love you, James. I always will." So random. That's just fucking random. My son loves James, and even though Davis has died in the care of James at that moment, he still loves him. And then, hey James, I'm Abby. I love you. Tears ran down my face, almost in sync with mine. All right, all right. So shame. All right, so he walked up to her, and he's all like, "I'm so guilty." But then the mom's like, "I forgive you. It's not your fault." That's some like Goodwill Hunting vibes. It's not your fault. That's a good movie, by the way. If you haven't seen Goodwill Hunting, watch that movie. That is like that is like a masterpiece of a movie. My tears began to. It's funny too. Like Goodwill Hunting is funny. How you like them apples? So I lifted my head to hold her brave but pain-filled smile. Davis's mom then returned up the stairs, and I sat back down. I feel awful. This is a terrible funeral. It's unrealistic. I don't want anyone to be angry over what happened to my son, but sadness is just our way of showing how much we cared for him. I think it's important that we all remember that there are pieces of my personality, your personality, everyone's personality in this room. Yeah, okay, blah 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 blah. This is I'm not reading all of this. I see Davis smile at my husband. She said, looking over her husband. Okay, she had so many hobbies as well. We're all part of Davis. Okay, this is all right. Is there anything that's gonna happen? There's like nothing happening. Like there's nothing happening. If like, first of all, I should have seen this part happening. I should have known that there was gonna be nothing happening. Like no real problems happening. I should have realized that the fact that he was allowed to this funeral. If there was like a problem, they wouldn't allow him at the funeral. In fact, that would have made a better storytelling. He's my friend. You got him killed. Fuck you. Sorry, that was me overreacting. After the service, Davis's mom approached Abby and I and hugged us. She reminded us, alright, so blah 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 blah. Davis's father raised my hand and said, you know, then he started crying. I'm sorry, man. You see, like, there's no real problem in this book. There's nothing happening right now. What the This is terrible. He's daddy bleh. My mom remained silent the entire funeral. She was supportive but not trying to get involved because she didn't know how to process everything. Okay, blah blah blah. All right. We arrived home. I went to my room. Okay, so no, nothing really happened this chapter. Like nothing really happened. What a disappointing chapter. We were emotionally exhausted and said, "All right, chapter 18. I have to finish this book today. I have to. There's only 12 pages left. I have to finish this book. I'm gonna speed through this book. You ready? If I can without stopping. Oh God, let's just try. Let's do it. I'm gonna do it. I couldn't miss any more days of late work. I had tolerance. Yeah, I had little tolerance for repeating absence. Had I not returned for school shortly, there would be an invalidated to work. Okay, so he can't skip any classes. That's pretty cool, yeah. I had pretty much the same classes all year. Washington. Okay, so it's the same school. What's just happening? Okay. My stream might crash. I really hope it doesn't. I had pretty much the same classes. Okay, blah 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 blah. As I went to school, I feel like nothing has changed. Like no one know Davis said. Yeah, it lost over 40 people in this year to scooting. Yeah, all right. So the shooting. Sorry. I'm not trying to make fun of school shootings, but this is a terrible book. All right. So blah 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 blah. All right. When you can't feel anything because you've been beaten to a point where your senses stop functioning, you don't really have to be strong to endure it. To many people who remain in a state of numbness, every new blow is nearly indistinguishable to the strikes prior. It's called a twisted. I don't even know how to like take that in. That is just you're trying to be deep like the it's not it doesn't work. When my TA period began, Miss Robinson paid me a visit. She walked over to me grading a paper. I said, how have you liked working with Mr. Hanson? I like it just fine. Would you like to tell him now? Oh, he leaned against it with his weight classroom. Yes, absolutely. James, we were thinking of you taking a special role next year. I look at him, lacking any feeling of sign of the we wanted you to run for school president, and this whole TA business was just hard to figure out if you're the right person in the position. Um, what? What? I'm not gonna comment. I'm just gonna read it. All right, yeah, blah blah blah. You really just messed with the social so I could run for a position I didn't even know if I wanted. That's Oh, sorry. You really just messed with my schedule so I could run for a position that you didn't even know if I wanted. I know we had our bumps, but judging by Mr. Hanson's positive, I just realized whatever happened to Seth? Like, 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 is that problem ever gonna be solved? Like, is he ever gonna be recurring? Oh, give me 1 second. Kelsey's back. Give me 1 second. Alright, forgive me. She came home and she was just happy to see me. And then she went back to making out with my brother. Alright. Wait. First, let me finish my There we go. Sorry. All right. So I know we had our ups and downs. Okay, so positive feedback. We looked for someone who was running for the school president. I replied, so assaulting four jocks in front of our school? That was integrity. Miss Robertson's posture completely changed. She was clearly offended and replied, You heard what that boy said to me. Obviously, he and his friends, they I could see she knew she was about to say something that no guidance counselor ever could justify saying. Oh, then this girl has to be fired. Like, how come no one has ever like fired her? We believe in your decision-making skills, and unlike other schools, the school president here actually has power, has actual power. No, no, they don't. School presidents don't have fucking. No, they don't. They really don't. We think you're different, and think you could actually do us something good for the entire school instead of causing us a headache for the facility. There's no guarantee I'll be successful. Oh, sorry, I replied, There's no guarantee I'll be successful. You will have to put all this in faith in me for nothing. Miss Robertson jumped and said loudly, We're not going to let the students have another election where they have only an idiot and moron to choose between. This is the worst school in America. Oh, you will win because the people who are right for the job really want it. James, you're exactly the person we need. Alright, you're a good kid. One of the best, I think. Yeah, because James is so perfect. I wouldn't say if it wasn't true. I just felt surprised that she was even willing to talk to me after I lectured about the failures as a guidance counselor. Yeah, she's a failure. It felt like hours when my TA class was over and I headed back to the gym. I realized it was Mr. Mack. Oh, Mr. Mack is back, only with a massive scar on the side of his face and that led past his hairline. Mr. Mack! Oh, sorry, Mr. Mack. Hey, kiddo. I'm so glad you're back. How are you feeling? Mr. Mack responded, Why the fuck would I come back to the school? There was a goddamn school shooting. Fuck this shit. I'm going back. I'm working back at McDonald's. At least there's no fucking school shooting at McDonald's because it's not a fucking school. I'm just kidding. Not bad. He got shot twice. After a moment of thought, after a moment of thought, I don't know how to feel about that. I realized this was the first time I had genuinely smiled since Davis died. Okay. It was just nice to see the only teacher who really came close to bonding with me. Okay, hospitalization. Okay. So Mr. Mack is back. Wasn't dressed for gym, so I ran into the locker room to my main gym. Okay. It was now returning this. Okay. He has to play dodgeball for the first time. Okay, blah 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 blah. There was a decent amount of people. Blah 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 blah. This is just useless point. This is pointless. Okay, blah 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 blah. I want to learn more about the TA position, actually. I want to learn more. I want to know what he would do to get these teachers fired, because I feel like that's what's going to happen next. Is he going to get the teachers fired? Sitting in the hospital day after day post school shooting as he did, Mr. Matt no doubt played the scenarios he endured 100 times in his mind. I guess we are right, the audience. Okay. I felt lucky. And as we left this gym together, Abby and I were holding hands, walking out with a scowl. Oh, I can see Miss Robinson stomping towards us with a scowl on her face, accompanied by two police officers. Oh, James is actually going to get in trouble for beating the shit out of those guys. I mean, after all, like he punched them. He punched one of them in the throat. He can't speak anymore. I really thought of everything I had done wrong, guilty. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like he's in trouble. He is in trouble. All right. I Okay, she was okay. Wait. She was focused on Abby. Okay, so James was like, "Oh my God, the world revolves around me, and the cops are coming to get me." Wrong. They're coming to get Abby. She was staring at Abby so intensely it was almost as if she hadn't noticed I was there. I said, "Abby," told her assistant, looking over Abby. I can see something I did not. I said, "Look, Abigail, I need you to come with us." Abby looked at me with terror in her face. One of the officers grabbed her by the arm. I remained frozen. I was in shock. Okay, so, uh, why is she in trouble? I was trapped in a state again, haven't seen guilty. Alright. I found myself consumed by the feeling that the person I loved most had betrayed me. How could I so quickly doubt her after all the time we had been through? Yeah, you're a dick, man. You're a dick. Why would you think that? Oh, I forgot, because James is an asshole. He's so perfect, but also an asshole, and everything he does is justifiable because he's the main character. Good logic. The person I loved most, I mumbled to myself. I loved her more than anything or anyone. I didn't even care about what she had done, as it didn't make a difference. She was everything to me. Without a second thought, I chased. This is some dark side Anakin shit. I chased after them, following to Mrs. Robertson's password. Okay, so why is she in trouble? I'm going to guess why she's in trouble. All right, I have one guess. One, this has something to do with Seth shooting up the school. They're actually going to focus on something. Yes. Second, Abigail is a whore and has sex with every teacher in the school and gave someone AIDS and they died. And they used the school shooting to cover it up. Three, some random fake bullshit is going to happen. They're going to be like your fault. Well, actually, it could be about her father. I never thought about that. That could be the case. Actually, that would be a pretty good twist. And four, some other random bullshit's gonna happen. There you go. That's what I think is gonna happen. Let's find out. Let's find out if I'm right. Let's find out if my three guesses are right. The two officers took Abby inside, leaving Miss Robertson outside the room. As I approached Miss Robertson, she jumped to my face hysterically, saying aloud, "This is what I was talking about. This is why I warned you." Her finger was shaking in my face, but I ignored her clear emotional imbalance and asked, "What exactly is going on?" She replied, seeming somewhat relieved but strongly condescending, "You've been dating her for how long? And you don't know?" I replied, "No, I can't tell you. But if she didn't pull you into this, well, that just makes me happy that you're not also an accomplice." Oh, yep, it is. It is. It's about the school shooting. Comes to what? Inside the office, the police already had closed the blinds. All I could hear was talking about them in stern, muffled, and Abby's response softly in a collected tone. I was happy that whatever was going on, Abby was handling it with a level head. I had never known her to lose her temper or act irrationally, but this event created fear and doubt that the person I had fallen for may not have been who. No more of this. That's a weird way to break the pace. I had to have faith in her. She didn't just deserve my support, she relied on it. We both needed to stand by each other through it all. That's creepy. Like two pillars leaning against one another. If one of us fell, we would both shatter in pieces. That's a very, very strong simile or comparison. After about 30 hours, 30 hours, 30 minutes, one of the officers opened the door to let her out. Abby walked out, not knowing how I would react. Okay, well, she remembered out of sort of relief. Okay, "You're letting her go?" One of the cops replied, "There's no real proof she did anything," Miss Robertson said. "She's responsible for everyone who died in the shooting. She told her boyfriend to do it." Oh shit. "It was all the letters you found in Seth's home. It was in her handwriting." But of course it stopped. She shouted some, all right, so all she could do was give up. Oh, so there's actually going to be some punishment. Now this is the part. This is the story that I was hoping for. Too bad it's at the end of the book. Why was this not mentioned earlier? This shit could have been happening. Oh my god, this is such a huge. There's actually something going on. Okay, One of the officers replied, "Like I said, you're speculating. She didn't use the specific wording needed. We literally just." The officer rolled his eyes, realizing none of his words were resonating with her. He continued, "Never mind. You just go about your business and leave the girl alone." Okay. I was still trying to cope with what I just heard. Abby turned to me with worry. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. My stream is lagging. Oh boy. Alright, my stream might crash. I really hope it doesn't crash. Alright. Oh boy. I couldn't take the side of a woman who was proving herself to be aggressive, progressively losing her mind, and who had also had a clear bias agenda over my beautiful, loving Abby. He talks to her like she's a pet. In a soft, slightly quivering voice, Abby said, "I didn't say that, I promise." I replied, "Promises are for those people who can't be trusted in their own on their word alone. I'll always believe you, Abby." Oh, I forgot. It's been a while since we had like such a deep and emotional and life meaning so deep quote. Oh my God. Every quote is like so memorable. Oh. Okay, no more. She grabbed me. Ah, fuck. Sorry. Let me do that. She grabbed me and hugged me as Mr. Robertson yelled, "Oh, you two are perfect for each other. Perfectly imperfect." She gave out a sad laugh, falling tears and responded, "We never stopped remaining ourselves." Alright, so this is just weird. Alright, we were both late. The shooting changed how a lot of teachers treated us, and not just returning. There were rules they regularly ignored that we never did. That's not really realistically. After school, Abby and I met on the bus, a sad vehicle that had become little more than a painful reminder we would never see Davis again. No, there's no way they're gonna drop about. There's no way they're gonna drop that argument. Like the police came towards her. There's no way. There's no way. Please don't make this a side note. Please, please. There's something going on, please. I almost burped. Okay. It amazed me how buses in general were completely ruined for me, but I didn't have much choice. Okay, yeah. Abby closed the front door and says, "I need to talk to you." I walked over to my room and back to my. Oh, Duke stood there. "I told the police the truth that you are," and I replied that you are completely innocent. She responded, "Not exactly, James." Oh shit. Oh fuck yeah. Yeah, now this shit's getting good. Thank you so much for bringing this back. My heart. Oh, my stream is lagging. I really hope it doesn't crash. My head lowered. I lost eye contact with her. When I was dating Seth, I was really messed up. You know that. I maintained my silence, okay? Yeah. When I was depressed and cutting, I told Seth in multiple letters that I wish everyone would just disappear, but that's it, yeah. Instantly, like a muscle reaction, I stood up, turning her remaining words into a silent panic, and I walked out the bathroom, slamming the door behind me. Wait, what? Are you kidding me? The guy that he was just madly in love with, that he was just saying that he wouldn't give up on her. The fact that she was telling the truth, and it wasn't even like that big of a deal. He just like, fuck that shit. I gotta ignore you. That's so stupid. This is shows how James is just an asshole. I began pulling off my clothes alone in the bathroom. Okay, even on the warm water, even with the warm water shooting my head smacking against the back of the tub, I could I couldn't disguise the sound of Abby crying in the other room. Yeah, you're a dick, man. Why the fuck would you do that? I got in the shower, collapsed. I got into the shower, collapsed on the floor, and lost myself and thought I was overwhelmed by the fact that just admitted that she told someone who wound up shooting so that she wished everyone would disappear. It's not even that, but no, how could you? I mean, like, say, like, listen, I get the idea that you're saying, like, oh, she wants everyone to disappear. I may as well kill them. Like, that's not a real motive. That's just how everyone thinks. That's a normal way to think. All right? I'm not saying it's normal to think that shooting up the school is cool. Oh, look, my stream is lagging a lot. I might crash. But like, that's this whole book is just one stretch. Like that's just I don't know. She didn't tell him to kill anyone. Yeah, she didn't know. She didn't say she actually wanted him to do anything. No duh. Well, at least you're talking sense, yeah. I looked down. All right. I then asked myself, who hasn't? Oh, sorry. Who hasn't wished? Sorry for doing that, Naomi. Sorry. Who hasn't wished someone wasn't there? Duh. Who hasn't wished they were all alone? Okay, blah 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 blah. Yeah, just common sense. I then reminded myself, all right, well, at least Onision, this writer of the book, I think that's his name. Is that how you say his name? Onision has common sense in this part. It's bad writing, but I was going to choose to stand up, turn off the water, and return to catch the tears of the woman I loved. Opening the bathroom door, I was still soaking. I could see Abby across the hallway, looking up with tears running down her. She was scared. She didn't know why I had to come back out. I approached her and lifted up. I lifted her by the center of her back, and okay, so I'm not gonna. She tried giving me a sad scare. I don't understand. As I pulled her close to me, you didn't want anyone to die. You just wanted to be alone so no one could judge you or hurt you anymore. Wow, that's so deep. That's not uncommon, and you did nothing wrong. She let out a cry of relief and wrapped around me. I kissed her neck and her whole body. Wow, you're all wet. I smiled and laid her in bed, kissing her as I removed her clothes. She kissed me passionately. Ah, I chose happiness. Alright, I'm on chapter 19. Give me one moment, please. Stones to Abigail, chapter 19. All right, I'm going to read this in Arnold Schwarzenegger voice. The next school day, I walked hand in hand into the school building and immediately saw most every set of eyes in the room toward us. She stopped walking, realizing right away why she was being looked at. What Miss Rasmussen screamed in front of all the students. Oh, everyone knows. Everyone knows why Abigail was like called to the office and everything. As we walked only a few yards past as we walked a few past securities, it became clear someone had planned to humiliate Abby the moment they saw her. Our suspicion became reality when someone ran up to her, throwing a can of black paint to cover her upper body. That's what they do, just falling short from her face. Abby gasped as the paint collided with her clothes. They went to spit on her, but by then my hand had already impacted the side of the neck, slamming them onto the ground. A sound I became sick of every time. So this guy beat him up because he threw black paint at Abby. I guess it was just a reaction, you know. You know what's weird? I feel like James is saving Abby, but Abby's not saving James. This is clearly like just a case of a damsel in distress. Sorry, a damsel. Oh, I don't know if that's the correct. I don't know. Let me stop talking. The security guards were much faster to intervene, this time being immediately by the metal detectors. They rushed forward and escorted the three of us to the principal's office. I identified the small, skinny, long-haired boy. It was Chris Jenkins, the class clown who mindlessly insulted the president of the United States during our school. Out of the three of us being escorted, he was the only one who had physically forced to fall. All right. Oh, whatever. All right. So now they're at the principal and they're probably going to be like, all right, what the fuck happened? She got paint, I beat him up, now we're here. Abby didn't seem too upset what happened, but she was worried about the future and surprisingly said, this is only the beginning of it. People aren't going to be accepted to accept me like you. They never did, and with what they have now, they never will. All right. All right, so now he's just like, damn, it sucks. Rumors are like a poison. Oh wait, rumors are like a poison. It doesn't matter what the truth is. Oh, my stream is lagging. I might. All right, my stream might crash. Okay, there. This is really annoying. I'm very sorry this is happening. All right. Let me go back. Rumors are like a poison. What the fuck? My internet, my connection. All right, sorry. It went back to like zero. Look, it's going. Oh my gosh. All right, my stream might crash. Wow. This is all right. My stream might crash. I'm gonna reset my internet if it crashes. I should probably do it right now. It was like at zero. The bit rate was at zero for like 15 seconds straight. Usually when it's there for like 10 seconds, the stream crashes. Like the stream just ends. Okay, it's back. It's back good. I'm very sorry this is happening. Oh, never mind. I lied. I'm very sorry that this is happening. I'm very, very sorry. Let me just continue on because Naomi tells me that it's not lagging to her. Rumors are like a poison. It doesn't matter what the truth is. They always want to believe what they believe. When Miss Robertson screamed what she did, she killed my future at the school. I wanted to argue to give her some hope, but that would mean lying to her. The wounds from the shooting at the okay, well, this is just stupid. I turned to see Principal Lehman through the glass window of his office. He was flailing his arm at his security just like I was. Yeah, still wipe. Ah, fuck me.
Fuck me in the asshole.
Sorry. He looked over at me, still wiping Abby off. He was so upset for her, lost for words. He just stood there, okay? I stepped back to Abby. I could hear him scream, "Oh my God, why?" As he was walking towards her, there was a trail of black paint leading to his office. Wait, they didn't clean her off? They didn't like give her like extra school uniform or something? They made her go into the principal's office with paint on? I thought what? Opening the door, angrily Lynn screamed, "Where's the idiot who did this?" Looked at Chris, Principal Lehman follow our line of sight. Like, where's Jason? I just realized that. Alright, a lost animal in a chair behind her. Lehman didn't even care what Chris was already terrified of his demeanor present. "You little idiot! You're gonna be cleaning this carpet until they look better than new. You got me?" Lehman yelled with a horrified Chris. "Yes, sir. I'm sorry." Lehman, now inches from Chris's face, mumbled something to Crispin that no one else could hear. The traumatized response. Principal Lehman. Oh, look, yeah, he's probably saying, "I fucked your mom." That's what he said. "If you don't clean this paint, I'm gonna fuck your mom, and then I'm gonna fuck you." That would terrify me if the principal said that to me. I'd be like, "What the fuck, you pedophile? You freaky." Alright, what the hell happened? Recently, Miss Robertson gave everyone within hearing distance that Abby was responsible for the shot last year. Oh, okay. Well, is there actually going to be some punishment? Because usually, if a guidance counselor said that, her ass is fired. She doesn't look like Seth to me, I added. Miss Robinson was referring to the notes Abby was written. He belted out, "I don't care about any of that. The only thing I'm concerned is with the fact that this person, under their own free will, shot at the school is behind bars." Um, what a terrible way to approach this, like, problem. I think that's a terrible way. Besides, if she had helped anyone, she would be behind bars, too. The cops already talked about it and cleared her name. Oh, we should have started not knowing what he said. "Anything else? You were just attacked or what?" Chris hears the principal of the store scream. "You're just mad. You're just mad because you see me fucking your dad. Yeah, my penis is kind of small. Remember that video, Peanut? You're still here, Peanut? Oh my god. You're just mad because you saw me fucking your dad. Fucking your dad. Fucking your dad. You're not a chick. You got a motherfucking dick. Motherfucker." Shut the fuck up before I punch you in the titties. Oh my god. Oh my god. That has to be like one of the funniest videos you showed me. You told me to show it to Mark, and I did, and man, Mark was just laughing his ass off. I don't think I've ever seen Mark laugh so hard in my life. He's like, "Dude, where'd you find this video?" Like, "Dude, Peanut showed me it." He's like, "Peanut's crazy, man. What the? It's just a stupid video." That video is like right next to "Meet me somewhere." Motherfucker, meet me somewhere. You ain't tough. Meet me somewhere. Oh man, I never realized how much like references I use because of you, Peanut. I think like, oh my god. You just... All right, let me continue reading. Let me continue reading. Oh man, oh, I'm crying. All right, no more. Let me continue reading. "He assaulted me." Principal Lehman looked towards the door and then looked back. "Explain." And I replied, "After he threw the paint, I had enough. Get out of here." I began to leave as Abby began to speak to Principal Lehman. "I don't know if he could have. I'll take care of everything." Got it? Is he gonna fire the guidance counselor, whatever her name is, Miss Robertson? I could see Chris glaring at us only to scream, "Get in here right now!" Oh, damn, the principal's a bad motherfucker. The principal's badass. He's the cool principal, yeah. She would face more repercussions of what Miss Robertson had said in the hall. Just then a voice came into the intercom. It was principal. It's just come to mention that a lot of you believe a student in our school outside Seth Wilson was in part responsible. What the fuck? Who does this? You can't do this over the intercom. Okay, this is not all at all relevant or true, and if I see anybody picking on any student blaming their actions on the boy we all know alone is 100% and is now in prison, I will not hesitate to suspend you and for a lot of you as mentioned, repeating this semester. What a this is this is such bad writing. There was actually some problems going down. It wasn't good, but like some problems was going on in this book. People were blaming Abby for the school shooting, and she was gonna get bullied through the end of the year. And you're like, wow, that pretty much sucks. What are they gonna do about it? You want to know what they're gonna do about it? Absolutely fucking nothing, because the principal decides, oh, this is the real way to answer. And I already know what's gonna happen. I mean, realistically, people are gonna be like, I don't believe the principal. I'm still gonna pick on Abby, but I know how this book is written. They're gonna be like, oh, the principal said Abigail's not doing. Oh, then it must be true. We're so sorry. The problem solved. This is terrible writing. This is like the problems don't. Nothing is earned in this book. Everything is a stretch. Nothing is earned, and this book makes me want to put cat litter in my eyeballs. Again, whatever you've been told. All right, yeah, we all know what's gonna happen. Yeah, yeah, that's all. The microphone. All right. Abby and I looked at me as the principal had shown complete intolerance for what had happened or what Abby had resulted. Abby. I began to say, Abby, oh, stop. I'll set a fashion trend or something, I'm sure. See you at gym class, hubby. She calls him hubby? That's fucking weird. Okay. I returned to my class in school. Miss Henshaw was no surprise, sweating from his forehead. More boring facts about Washington State. Okay, blah 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 blah. Miss Robertson. Okay. So he's scared because Miss Robertson's gonna get like in trouble. That's good. There's actually gonna be some punishment going on. All right, like this climax is really shitty, but it's a climax, I guess. I gave us reports. We had visited school. I had nothing prepared, so I just went off the top of my head. Only a few words into class about where I had been. Mr. Hans screamed, "A plus!" The class laughed, and I finished telling my story with just a little bit of optimism. He gave him an A plus? That's weird. As I completed TA work, the teacher's assistant, alright, did you know that the whole business what Miss Robinson runs? It's really complicated. I hope they fire her. I was speechless. I thought he got along with her just fine. He could see my disbelief, so he explained, Miss Robertson is one of the most manipulative, judgmental, and possibly insane women I've ever met. That is probably the best line in this book. Miss Robertson is one of the most manipulative, judgmental, and possibly insane women I've ever met. That is possibly the best book. Not the best book, the best line in this book. I'm only telling you this because I never heard Miss Principal Lehman that angry before, and I'm pretty sure she's getting canned. I replied, I don't know. It's complicated. Why are you so hesitant to speak your mind? Because it's not about just Miss Robertson. There's a lot more to it. Oh, oh, it's about your girlfriend too. Then he tried to get back to work. Alright, this is terrible. Alright, I don't know how to feel about this chapter. Like, there was something going on in the beginning, but then it just became just typical, oh, nothing bad's happening. James is perfect. Gym class was all cleaned up, looking her normal self. She's calling me hubby, blah, blah, blah. Mr. Mack told us the game of the day is basketball, and if you don't play, you just sit on the side and cheer, blah, 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 blah. I think we were all just, let me guess, is James going to participate in basketball and shoot every single three-pointer? He's the next Michael Jordan? I think we're all looking to have fun. Even Raymond was being a good sport. Okay, that's pretty cool. Everyone's getting along. Yeah. I never heard Abby cheer like, oh sorry, Abby cheer like this before. Oh look, oh everyone's getting along. Yeah, as he played basketball. All right, it was as if the tears. Okay, blah blah blah. Abby and I met at the bus. Okay, I found peace as well. As Abby closed her eyes, I imagined it. Are you okay? All right, so nothing really crazy is happening. They're just doing school as normal, but everyone's having a good time. Is this gonna be a happy ending? I thought this book was gonna be a sad ending. Chapter 20. Is this the I think this is the last chapter. All right. This is the last chapter. Okay, before I get started, how do you think this book is going to end? I think this is going to be a happy ending. I think they're going to graduate from school and and James and Abby are going to move away. That's how I think the book is going to end. Well, you can't answer Naomi because you know how the book is going to end. I don't know if Peanut is here, but Peanut's gonna say something ridiculous. He's gonna be like, Abigail's gonna reveal that she is gonna be transgender, that making James gay. Like Peanut's gonna say some funny shit like that. I think that's how the book is going to end. Then again, I don't think the writer is that smart or that creative to have that kind of ending. It's a very simple ending, but I think it's a very good one. Okay, my stream is lagging. My stream might crash. Oh boy, it might crash. If it crashes, I want to start a new stream. Dude, it hasn't even been 2 hours and I dropped 30,000 frames. Fucking 30,000 frames. Okay, now it's stable. Shit like that makes me so upset. Quite a few days had passed since Abby was doused with black paint. We woke in each other's arms. I think this is this last chapter. I wonder why I kept it all this time. It was such a random piece of crap. Sometimes it would go off in the middle of the day, other times it would just go off right at the right time. Abby and I would laugh because it was delightfully annoying little trip. Alright, pointless. We normally woke up based on our internal clock, which worked because we rarely went to bed at an excessively late hour. Fortunately, today my piece of junk alarm gave us some extra time for the bus to arrive. Alright, she was going to make eggs. Yeah, because, yeah, while she cooked, I cleaned up my room. For some reason, her talent for finding strangest, uh, her now dried shirt covered in paint was crumpled on the floor. Just looking at it gave me a strange inclination to fold it square. Weird. Alright, so with plates, so the shirt on display, that looks kind of cool. I feel like at this point, most bad things happen. You won't really hurt us. Blah 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 blah. Okay, give me a second. I had to sneeze very quickly. Sorry. You turned bad things into beauty, Abby. I put it this shirt. It's like the moment that paint hit you, it became perfect. What the fuck did I just read? She replied sarcastically, reaching her arm. You gone too deep, James. Where'd you go? Yeah, where'd you go? Yeah. Thank you, James. She kissed me in the forehead. All right. Yeah. Whatever happened to kissing in the lips? You forgot about that? We waited in the morning at the bus about 40 minutes before we gave up. Abby tried calling into school, but no one answered, so we turned to TV and local news. Before we got from the news station, we quickly found out the most every local station was showing the same thing. At first, we thought it was just some random fire when Abby raised her. J- Wait, what? We thought it was just a random fire when Abby raised her hand to her face in shock and said, "James, that's our school. There's schools on fire? Let me get this straight. There's a school shooting and a school that's on fire. What the fuck? What is going on in this school? Is the president gonna come? I'm gonna tell you one thing. There's gonna be no fires. Oh, I forgot. It's not Barack Obama. I looked at her in shock and back at the TV screen. Unknown arsonist suspected of starting the fire that claimed most of Lakewood High. Every night we're now. Wait a minute. So how did a fire start? But oh, because Seth's napalm bombs didn't activate. Okay, never mind. Abby and I were both sitting staring at the TV. The feed cut to a ground reporter who approached a very upset Principal Lehman. Oh, he had apologized. I can't comment at this time. He ended every conversation that he had to deal with the situation and spun around in school disbelief. Oh man, dude, this guy's fired, man. This guy's fucking fired. This principal is done. A school shooting, a fire, lots of fights. This principal is done. He is fucked. Abby and I spent the days after keeping each other busy from home. Okay, so watch news. So there was a fire. It didn't take the fire department long to figure out how the fire had started. They confirmed that it was in fact a result of arson. No duh. I just like what? You thought like a fucking lightning bolt hit a fucking tree and then the tree fell down and the school caught on fire? No, no, no. It's clearly arson. After taking the step in depth, the police were pointed. Recently fired Miss Robertson. The police were pointed towards the recently fired Miss Robertson. You can, oh man. So the fired person fired the school. That's so stupid. I think the writer knew what he was doing writing that. Just as we learned about her being suspected, our phone rang. I answered the voice. And the voice on the other end represented the school. They confirmed my name and that I attended Lakewood High. Upon the confirmation, it was a briefing. As you are well aware now, the school suffered a major fire and is irreparable at this point. All your class information and grades were stored in an online database, so none of your information has been lost. Regardless, to make things easier, the staff and the students we have decided to credit everyone as if they had already finished up the school year. You can't do that. No, you can't fucking do that. The same shit happened with the school shooting. You cannot do that. That is not how the American school system works. I think. I'm so fucking mad. I asked for clarification. They confirmed that we would be attending to an entirely new school next year. To my relief, they also said we will be pursuing to the senior class with our credits intact. I thanked them and disconnected. Abby and I were both happy to know the only thing the fire harm was the physical school itself. Not even the janitor was harmed. Okay, no one was hurt. That's good. By the time the fire had started, he already finished his work and gone home for the night. So the school fire happened at night. All right. I guess the teacher was the girl was smart to do that. Yeah. The administration really stepped up and made sure none of our teachers suffered financially and the school didn't lose time. Days later, Abby and I decided to visit the site of our burned down school. The front was completely cordoned. That's a really good word. I'm not sure that's the correct word to use though. So as we got closer to see the gymnasium building remaining completely intact due to being detached from the rest of the school. Alright, yeah. As a result, amazingly enough, the jocks were still allowed to use the facility itself and its to practice. Although I imagined staying in shape. Alright, that's pretty cool. The back area. Wait a minute. I just realized something. All the students. Oh, my stream might crash. Give me a second. Are all the students who are going to the school, like the new school, how is that possible? That can't be possible. I'm not gonna even try to like make sense of this. The back area was pretty open, so we were able to walk with her. All right. Hey, chump. I turned to see it was Jason in sport gear. Oh, it's Jason. Did you see the news? Last I heard, we were looking for the arsonist. He laughed and said, Nope, they found her. Abby and I looked at each other and then back at him, waiting for him to tell us who it was. Jason threw his arms out and screamed, It was crazy Miss Robertson's dude! She's all locked up now, right next to Seth! Abby and I didn't know how to react. You sure? Last I heard it was speculation. I asked and he responded, Yeah, she didn't even have to admit it, but she still did it. She said the school was like running to its core and how the renovations were just a lie covering up a bigger lie or something like that. There was a silence and the information soaked, but Abby broke right through it, busting out laughing, throwing her hands on her knees right beside me. Okay, so she's like, Yeah, Miss Robinson, fuck Miss Robinson, yeah! Abby's laugh was rich with satisfaction. It was obvious victory. Alright, so Abby's happy. Alright, yeah. Anyway, see, it's a new school, huh? Jason asked. I replied, yeah, I guess. Oh, so Jason and them are friends now. All right, cool. Oh, shit. Second. Abby's laughter was trailing off. You okay, Abby? I asked. She smiled. Yep, hubby. I'm just fine. She she and I turned and continued to look at the person. Suddenly I realized something. A small smirk crossed my lips. Well, I guess this means I won't be running for president. Wait, what? Well, I guess this means I won't be running for school president. Is that how the book ends? Naomi, am I missing pages? How many chapters are in this book? That's the end of the book? That's how the story ends? Look, there's no more. What? I guess what? What the that this can't be real. No, give me a second, give me a second, give me a second. Let me look this up. Let me look this up. My stream might crash because I'm looking this up. Give me a second. Oh my god. Okay. Uh, how does Stones to Abigail end? Full audiobook. There's a fucking audiobook. This book would have taken 3 hours and 13 minutes to like listen to. It took me like 5 streams. There's a bunch of people who reviewed this book. No, you're right. Yeah, you're right. The book ends this way. The book ends on chapter 20. I guess I won't be running for school pres. Well, I'm on chapter 19. What the hell? I guess this means I won't be running for president. And then the book just ends. This is probably the worst book I have ever read in my life. It's so painful. It's so painful. Give me one moment. I am going to see if I can review this book. Let's see if I could review this book. I'll be right back. I'm going to get something to drink. And if I'm not back, my stream probably crashed, and I may not review this book at the end. I'm going to review this book, but maybe not on the stream. Give me one moment while I do something. There, you could listen to the song that I made a long time ago. Sorry, give me a second. All right. Here, let's see if it's not too loud. Here. All right, this is done. All right, there was my song. I hope you enjoyed it. Clown music. All right, Peanut, you're here. Sorry, I was getting some water. I drank some. I just finished this book. This is probably the worst book I have ever read that has been published. I finished Twilight. I thought, Twilight was a bad book, in my opinion. I thought it was bad. It did a lot of things wrong, and there's just character development sucked in that book. This is way worse than Twilight. There's so many things wrong with this book. I I've never like read a book where I had to like put it down and I had to take a break from it because it was just so badly written. This is the first time that's ever happened. Now, I don't want to like only criticize. There's some things good about this book. I feel like the story there's a lot of fillers in this story, and about only like 25 pages of this book actually deals with a real dilemma. I think there's something with the shooting and how the punishment and the confrontation works. I think the confrontation in this book is pretty decent. It's decent. It gets the job done. I was actually interested in this. It's not the worst book, and there are some pretty good lines in this book. There's they're very rare, but there's something there that rhymed. But the fact that like this book only focuses on how deep and like emo and hard and disgusting how life is. Like it's really, really bad. I'm going to give this book a 2 out of 10. I could easily give this a 1, but the fact that it does have some things good about it, I can't really give it a 1 out of 10. I've read books that are 1 out of 10s, but this is published. So I'm not going to even compare them. This is published. This is a really, this book needs, it doesn't even feel like a book. It just feels like someone wrote down a rough draft and never looked back, which is how I write my books, but I don't publish them. Okay, let me end the stream right here. I'm going to be playing some games later on. I might be playing For Honor or Dead by Daylight, depending on how my internet is. I am just happy to end this story. I'm very happy. And all right, Naomi. She says that she's happy to see you, Peanut. All right, let me end the book. Let me end the stream. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you later.